Okay, I'm going to show you how to attach your camera to this tripod. It's actually a lot easier than it seems. Let's get started. First thing we need to do is we need to loosen this so we can get this plate off. So you're just going to turn this wheel towards you to loosen this, and that's going to make this loose, but we can't just slide it off. We have to come over here and push this button in right here. With that pushed in, we can then slide the plate off the top of the tripod. And we end up with it here in our hand just like this. Next, we're going to bring this plate over to the bottom of our camera. You can see here's our camera right here. I'm going to drop the plate on. You'll notice the plate has a little screw on it. We're going to line that screw up with the hole on the bottom of the camera, just like that. Then all we have to do is just tighten this up. You want to make sure the plate doesn't turn as you're tightening it. You want the plate to kind of stay. Make sure it stays right in the middle, and also make sure you don't block your battery door. I don't know how many times I've put a tripod on only to have to take it off completely because I covered up my battery door and I needed to get in and loosen up and get in and change my battery or memory card. So I'm going to get this tightened up and make sure that I tighten it so that it's not blocking the battery door. I'm just finishing up screwing this on. I want you to see I get this pretty snug, not like Incredible Hulk snug, but this is on there tight enough that this plate is not moving, and that's how you want it. You want to make sure that this thing is on there nice and tight because we don't want this thing to come undone and have the camera fall off. Notice my battery door is still accessible, so I'm good to go there. I'm nice and tight here. We're ready to move on. Okay, we're ready to go ahead and put the camera on the tripod. So you want to make sure when you do this that this big black wheel right here is on the same side as your shutter release. There's a very good reason why. So there's my shutter release. There's a big black wheel. We want to make sure we're doing that the same way. That does block the battery cover if we do that, but at least this way, if we want to get in there, we don't have to remove the plate. So I'm just going to make sure that those two sides are on the same side. Come in here, I'm going to slide this on just like this very carefully. You see it'll click into place. You don't really need to push this button in. As you're pushing it in, it'll kind of just click in. And then once you have it in there all the way, you can see it's pretty level with the back, pretty even right there. I'm going to come over here and just tighten this down. And that way, our camera is on there nice and snug. You can see I can't twist it, I can't turn it. That's on there pretty tight. And I've just successfully attached the camera to the tripod. The reason why we wanted this thing and the camera and the shutter release on the same side is that it's not uncommon for us to loosen this right here, and where we want to shoot like this, where we want to shoot vertically. And the problem is if this is on the other side, when we go vertical, this is going to get in the way of the tripod. It's not going to allow us to go full vertical. Let me show you what I mean by that. If we try to do it like this, you can see I can't quite get completely vertical because this and this are getting in the way of each other. So that's why we put it this way, so that when we want to go full vertical, we can do it no problem. And that's how you put your camera on your tripod.